Hi Aries, welcome to your mid-November 2017 readings. Um, Excuse the camera. It keeps getting worse, you guys, every month. I keep fiddling with it and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making it worse. It's a really great laptop though. But you can see it's all like spackling everywhere. My face doesn't even look real. Like, at least on my end here, where, um, so I'm gonna try to get the mid months out at the same time because some people prefer the mid months and then some people prefer the monthlies. Monthlies are more, um, I guess, family oriented, more work oriented as well. If there's problems going on in that area, uh, I like to compromise. Or so because I have a lot of viewers that are family based as well. So we're gonna pull out an angel card. One just fell out. Um, If you don't believe in angels, just substitute that for whatever it is you believe in. The universe is all abundant, includes everybody's God. Uh, and Aries, I'm so excited. I'm a Virgo rising, so this means I fact check facts and fact check facts. It's kind of like an obsession. I study a lot, uh, and I always say that Aries are magical. They're very magical, and I was researching the Magician card. I've been doing it for years, uh, and I like to. In tarot, it comes down to you yourself, whatever you feel. But generally speaking, they do have some signs associated with the card. It's a Mercury-based card. That's what a lot of people say. So, like Gemini or a Virgo card. However, I'm so excited. I found a source that is older than a lot of other esoteric people that put their have articles and stuff online about the meaning of cards. And I found one source. He's from like 1850 or something like that. I don't know the year. Don't quote me on that. Uh, but he associates the magician card with Aries. Oh man, when I seen that, I was like, I knew it. I knew it because you guys are magical beings. You really are. The Swiss Army knife. True fact. I'm gonna start including Aries in the magician card because I honestly believe that you guys, like, you're just fascinating to me because you are magical. The way you can get things done, it's just that is more magician acts to me than it is the way Virgo does it or a Gemini does it. You see it with Aries, like, physically being done, like, all around you. Where, anyways, enough chit chat. Okay, so the first card we have is the Ace of Abundance. If you get an intuitive hit, follow that. I really gotta figure this camera out. It says the chair brings wonderful news. A windfall of resources come your way to help you with plans. These resources may involve money, advice, or assistance in getting things done. It's a good time to start a new venture, change careers, or go into business for yourself. There may be important contracts to sign. All right, you guys, so it seems like, well, you're going to become the magician. You're going to go out there and wave your wand and do some magic. Uh, yeah, and wands are associated with fire too, right? So doesn't it make sense that Aries would be the magician because you have the wand, right? Fire. I'm trying to break that stigma. So it seems like you're going to get some good news. For some of you, this could be, well, it could be a child might surprise you with something, which is funny because I'm trying to teach my aunt, who's like, she's, I believe in her 60s, uh, maybe late 50s. I'm trying to teach her how to use Skype because she takes care of my grandparents. She helps them out. She's a nurse. Um, I'm trying to teach her how to use Skype so um, we can surprise my mom and my grandmother with a face-to-face interaction because they haven't seen each other in like 10 years. Uh, I would like to send my mom there. I'm working on that. It's all finances, right? Uh, but it could be something simple like that, or you could be doing it for somebody. So, like, for some of you, maybe you want to do something similar. I mean, and be patient. Okay, like I'm in my 30s. You got to be really patient and I'm not all that tech savvy. So to teach somebody else that when you're not good at it yourself, you got to be patient with each other. Um, it could be you could get, I believe some of you guys, it'll be your child. They could get really good reviews on the report card or something, or a project that they did. Uh, this could also be talking about, well, I feel for some of your kids, there's going to be progress for them. Uh, you could get a promotion at work even for some of you, or a new job. If you're uncomfortable in the job that you have and you want to go to a new one, that might be what's happening. Or you could be starting your own blog, or it's a good time to do research, okay, if you're going to start the business, because it is talking about starting a business. So those of you that have ideas for a business, it's talking about doing thorough research, going to even the government has lots of resources for you to um, help build your business, or they'll give you the proper information on it. They even have some courses that you can take as well. So this could be talking about that. Even going to I forget what they call them. My Virgo rising, when the camera comes on, I'm just like blank, man. Nothing in there. And she panics too because of it. Where my Sag Sun is just like, chill, man. It's an experience. Like, let's just go with the flow. And Leo Moon, my Leo Moon kicks in, which is like, I always say he's like, my Leo Moon's like Eddie Murphy. Or they're like networking, a convention. There we go. Oh my goodness, that took a while, people. Simple word. But a convention to go around and see if you have an idea for whatever it is, a business or whatever. If you go to conventions, you may see that um, they might have something that can work with whatever you're doing that you may not be aware of that's out there. You may get ideas even from walking around in conventions, and it's a networking opportunity for you as well. Or you could see, and you can ask them questions about what they struggled on, the do's and the don'ts, that type of thing. Some of you guys might hear about somebody getting married, or a either getting pregnant or birth of a child. It seems like the universe is definitely going to be on your side, and there's going to be a little magic. If you see feathers on the ground, you're on the right path. I don't know why I got that, but yeah, if you see feathers, you're on the right path. This camera's really annoying me. Highly distracting, people. And maybe because this happens usually when there's a lot going on with Pisces and Scorpio, it gets really spackly, or it's energy. So I'm just going to pull 3 cards. There we go. Oh, they're falling. I'm going to hit pause because I can't find it. Okay, that took me a little bit. So the card that we have that came out is the 3 of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, which I call the Apprentice card. This guy is very slow. He's very slow and methodical. I'm sure sometimes I got some significant earth in my chart. I'm sure for my mother, sometimes I annoy her because uh, I'm very practical, and she's an Aries, so like when she gets an idea, she's like all gung ho, and I sometimes I feel like I'm the mother. I'm like, whoa, did you think about this? You know? And we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, so these are all knights. So this is talking about, it doesn't matter how old you are. You can be 50, 60, 70, 80, 40 or 30, okay? This is asking you to go into the knight energy, and it's the energies that the universe is going to give to you and help you with. It's whether or not you take it on. And they're giving you these energies because it's what's needed to get your tasks done. Okay, so this means with the Knight of Pentacles, okay, again, I refer to him as or her as the apprentice, which means they're very slow, they're very methodical, and they're very analytical, which means they consider a lot. But when they have done um, all the research and data collecting, like data collecting, Uh, I don't know why I said that, but maybe you need to know statistics or something like that for what you're doing. They research, right? Research and development type thing. Um, they don't rush the process. Okay, they like to perfect things before they move forward. Okay, so these are not the type of people when they make um, their move is done correctly because they're not. It's not. It's like the tortoise and the hare. Okay, the tortoise hops all over the place. Like it goes forward, goes sideways, and then just sits there. Okay, and the tortoise just moves slow and it goes straight. Okay, uh, it gets past the finish line. If you move too quickly, action oriented too quickly, then and you don't consider things or fact check or do your research, you're always going to go back or go sideways. You're going to be pushed off track here. So they want you to slow down and really think about things and consider things. With the Knight of Wands, it's talking about it's like aiming first and then shooting. Okay, but the cards are asking you to take action. You do have to take action. You got to take action on studying and doing research. It's also like I was saying, if you have an idea, networking, going out to conventions, seeing what's out there, even if you don't have an idea right now, going to those things can really spark uh, your idea. Some of you are working really hard. Uh, I'm getting wood, like carpentry. So you could be builders. Some of you could be builders. So even if you're a carpenter, okay. I used to watch the what is that channel? HGTV channel, like all throughout my 20s. I don't know why. I was like obsessed with that channel. The news is pretty depressing, but they used to have a show called Deck Wars. So if you're a carpenter and you build decks, I mean that's a business that you can start, right? Like, but you need to know the information first. What licenses you need to have? What are the rules in your state? That type of thing. If you're opening a daycare, Aries make great. You're great with kids. I love the Aries energy around kids. You guys are fun. You're enthusiastic. You get down and dirty with the kid. You know, if it's hand painting and Aries is all in there, like smearing paint around, you know what I mean? And they don't really panic about getting it on the face. Like that's why I like I'm very lucky to have an Aries for my mom. And like I said, sometimes I feel more like I'm a parent to my mother. I'm sure it annoys the crap out of her because I used to be the one like, Mom, don't get that over there. It's the Virgo rising. And then my mom would intentionally like just start laughing and smear it on me or do exactly what it is that I said not to do, right? It was good laughs though. But you're great with kids, so if you have daycare even, blogging is coming up, writing. Okay, so if you're writers, uh, this is talking about, okay, if you're a publisher, an editor, okay, it's talking about things aren't just going to come to you. As an Aries, you know this. You got to go get it. You got to go take the action. You got to go network. You got to go to the conventions and you got to um, talk about yourself and put yourself out there and getting clients. LinkedIn, even you can meet some pretty good people there. And this is talking about like, okay, it may take a while. Whatever you're doing, for all of you, it'll be different. You might have to knock on 50 people or talk to 50 different people before you get a client or a publisher, or you know what I mean. But this is talking about not giving up. Whatever it is you're doing, not giving up. And then for somebody, I'm seeing swimming therapy. Um, it's weird. They use it for dogs. They do use for dogs that have arthritis. They do. It sounds weird, but water's great therapy for them. Even children, that's good for them to be playing in water. It's very comforting for a lot of children. Not all children. Some kids don't like the water. It is good therapy if they have joints that are even for older people. If joints are hard to move and stuff. I'm not using the right words, but water therapy is very beneficial for that. There could even be areas when you get a little off balance. Um, gardening, getting even house plants in your house, okay? Uh, Tending to those, they're very relaxing. This is talking about you guys having to take the action though. It's whatever you want is not going to come to you. And for Aries, okay, some people, whatever it is you're starting, it's going to be a long process, but the cards are saying don't give up. You're going to have to put hard work into it. They do want you to take action here because there's some, in some manner, whatever, for those of you that are creating, uh, you're creating something that is going to be beneficial to others or help others in some manner. So they're they want to encourage you to keep going and at no point give up, okay? If you want a new job, then UK is talking about doing that, finding a new job, but doing your research first. Don't just go quitting your job and then go get a new job. It's like talking about using vacation time to go to a job interview, a day off, to see if you like it beforehand. This is talking about stabilizing things. They want you to be very stable. You could be very family oriented too. You could be planning something. There is planning energy here. Whatever you want to do, you have to plan it. You have to ground it. It's saying I want to, like, for the rest of the month. I want you to be very grounded. And then we have the Strength card. That is a Leo energy. There is church here too. Um, some of you, this might be talking about two children that you have, and they're very different energies. One's more fiery, and the other one's more practical. This means there's going to be some time. There's going to be some area in your life throughout the month that you're really going to have to tame the inner beast. You're going to have courage, and it's self-love here. It's talking about like self-love. So I go over this a lot with you guys, Aries. You do a lot, okay? Sometimes you need to give to yourself, all right? So it might be like, okay, Aries, you're always planning trips for everybody, or like family getaways, and you're ensuring that it's stuff that, your children like, or your husband likes, or your wife likes. Okay, this is saying, okay, now it's time to plan something that you like. You know what I mean? Or compromising. Like, it's definitely talking about self-love though, okay? Because Aries are quite giving. They're very giving, and it kind of frustrates me that people don't notice it. Okay, because they do it through actions, right? They're like the magician. They physically make it happen, and they do it in the physical realm for people. There is a door you have to close here, Aries, and it's to the past. You got to close and let go of what happened. I feel like it's talking about some of the negative things that may be occurring or happening. It's because you're reflecting on it from the past. So it's almost like there's a bit of okay, that's just creating a cycle of where the change can't occur until that door's closed because you're like still you're still peeking in it. All right. So it's like if something occurred, it's releasing it and letting it go because this is a Sag card as well. The um, zodiac sign that's associated with it. And Sages are very forgiving. They are very forgiving. It takes a lot for a Sag to be like, enough is enough. And when they get to that point, they're just like, F it. They don't even care. And it's not that they don't care, it's because they've gotten to the point where enough is enough, right? And they put a stop to it. So this could be like with friends or family members, where it's like there's more problems than solutions, and the problems are occurring because the past is being taken into the present, and the cards are asking you to be present, to close the door to the past. right? To try to see things from a different perspective, but you're going to have courage to speak up about it. Because change isn't just going to occur on its own. You have to create that. You have to make it happen. And for Aries, it can be very hard for them with their loved ones. Okay, to let go of that resentment, right? Like the resentment that's in there. It's like, okay, if you've made mistakes in the past, I mean, you've done as good as you could. Like, there's pat yourself on the back, okay? We all do as good as we can with what we have, and we do all make mistakes, okay? Mistakes are how you learn. They're lessons, okay? When you make a mistake, that means you're growing, you're learning, you're advancing, okay? And the cards are saying whatever you're doing is going to be hard, and that's the way it's supposed to be. If it was easy, then you wouldn't learn, you wouldn't grow. Okay, so if it isn't hard, then you're not learning and you're not growing. Okay, so if it's really hard for you to speak up, okay, well, then you're learning something, you're learning a new skill. You want to try to do it in a very practical, grounded way. So, okay, just be careful because this is a Sag card and they can be blunt. They come across as swords characters a lot. They're very blunt. They're very logical. Okay. So the cards might be asking you to be very logical about things. All right. And consider both perspectives before you voice your opinion. There's something here that you have to do that's hard. Okay. And it could be released in the past. So if you're released in the past, this is talking about writing down the negative and then burning it on fire and like, I release you. You know what I mean? Like, don't light a fire in your house though, people. Okay. Do it in the sink when the sink's empty. All right. All right, you guys. Hopefully that helped you out, and I will talk to you next month. Namaste. Ciao for now.